Hey, hi everyone, welcome to Euron guys, and in this lecture I'm going to talk about there is something called as argument and keyword argument, use of static, use of double static, use of slash inside a Python function. So let's try to understand how does this things works and where we can try to use it. Yeah. So fine, let me share my screen. So I believe my screen is visible to all of you, and let's start with the class now. So guys, here see, when we are trying to create any kind of a function, for example, I'm going to create a function called as def add addition function, and then I'm trying to maybe add something over here, a comma b. I'm trying to pass inside this one, and obviously like I'll try to do some sort of a return. So a plus b kind of a return I'll try to fetch. Yeah, I'll try to do. Okay, now add, and I'm going to pass a data inside this particular function, and yeah, so it is going to perform this addition operation, and finally it is going to give me this one. Okay, that's great. Now, so we are able to get we are able to receive this kind of a output. Now let's suppose I have a requirement, so where I have to add not just two numbers but maybe 10 numbers together, right? Maybe a 20 number together, maybe a 100 numbers together. So in that situation, so as per our like a learning so far, we have to assign that many number of the variable, which is not practically feasible, which is not practically possible. Now, so how we can try to avoid such situation, how we can try to build a program, how we can try to build a function, so which will be able to take not just one, two, maybe like a n number of argument, and it will be able to work on that accordingly. So to do that, so what there is a provision inside a Python. So basically we can do what? So we can try to do def add, so same function, and then try to initialize an argument with a static, only a static. After that you can write whatever you want. Yeah, so only a static. And let's suppose if I'm writing sudh, generally people write args, right? So this is like a standard people try to follow, but you can try to write maybe your function over here, right? Your own function over here, and then maybe try to like a print first of all, right? Or you can even try to do a return over here. So return, return what? Sudh. Fine. Now add, just call add and try to pass no variables, then try to pass basically like a one variable, try to pass maybe like a 2 3 4 5 data, right? So whatever you want. So as you can see that now these now these entire functions is able to take a 0 input or maybe 1 input, maybe a multiple input easily, right? Easily system is able to do it. So what I have done over here, so I have not done much. So basically I have just initialized a variable, a argument with a static. It simply means that I will be able to consider starting from 0 till n number of a variable, and there is no doubt about it. We are able to like pass it, right? We are able to pass that many number of the data and all of those data. So one thing you have to remember, that let's suppose I'm trying to pass n number of data or any number of data, right? So all of this data, it is going to pack. So basically it is going to do a packing operation. So it is going to pack it inside a tuple. So just remember this, whatever data you are trying to pass, it will be available in a form of tuples. So you have to handle accordingly, right? I believe we all know how to deal with the tuples. We have done a lot of job over there. We have like seen a lot of like operations so far. So basically you have to handle in a tuples way, and accordingly so you have to perform the operation. For example, so I have to write a function so which will be able to take any number of a data, and it will be able to give me the addition of like all the data, all the input which I am going to pass. I can do that. So here let's suppose I'm going to write a function over here. So def add, right? Def add, and then I'm going to pass like a static of args, so that anyone can pass any number of the data that they want. And I'm going to write a function like I'm going to write a loop over here, that for I in args, for I in args, right? So just do one thing, declare one variable over here. So maybe like a k variable. So k is equals to 0, and yeah, so one by one this loop will try to extract a data from this tuple argument, right? From this tuple that we are going to pass a data, so it will become a tuple, and from tuple, so we'll try to iterate a data. We'll try to extract a data one by one, and then j is equals to sorry, k is equals to k plus what? So k plus basically I, yeah, k plus I, small I by the way, yeah. So k plus I, and then return what? Return, return what? Return basically a k. So this is what I will be expecting from this entire function. Now Let's try to pass like a add over here, and let's not pass any kind of a data. So it becomes 0, right? It became 0. Now let's call maybe like a pass couple of data over here. And yeah, as you can see that this is able to perform the addition operation. So 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6 is equal to 18. And I'm able to get the final outcome. Simple, right? So very simple. So this is how this entire things is going to work, guys. So this is how you are supposed to, right? This is how you are basically supposed to perform these kind of operations. Yeah. So here I'm able to like call the addition operation, and then I'm able to pass a number of the data that I want, and then eventually I'm able to get the final result. Very simple, right? Very simple. Now, so I can even try to like create basically a function. So where I can try to pass a keyword, I can try to pass the multiple argument, plus I can try to pass even a positional argument. Positional argument means any other like variables I can try to pass. So maybe I can try to write a function over here calling that def multiply underscore all function. Let's suppose I'm going to create, and here so I'm going to pass a number, right? And then here I'm going to pass any number of arguments, so a static of args. Both can co-live together basically, right? And it is supposed to return what? It is supposed to return basically a number into basically like args multiplication. Yeah, simple function, fine. Now, so here if I'm going to call multiply all, now so if you have args, this one, so you can try to call even in this way without passing any kind of a data, you will be able to call it. But here, so as you have already given a positional argument, so it will be expecting a values for it at minimum. It will be expecting, right? So let's suppose if I'm going to give maybe a 5, so yeah, it is going to work. And then maybe like I can even try to call in this way. So multiply all, and then positional argument, so value of number, so maybe value of number is 2, and then for a argument, so I can try to give any kind of a values that I want. That's as its signature says. So maybe 5, 6, 7, 8. Simple, right? So it is trying to multiply this entire tuple. Tuples will be basically argument, right? So it is trying to multiply this tuple with this number. So we all know that this tuple multiplication into 2 is going to repeat the same number. This is what happens, right? So if we have like a tuples, even outside you can try to go and create a tuples, right? So you can try to go and create a tuple. So this tuple into 3. So it's just going to like repeat those elements that many number of times. This is what it is trying to do over here. So if you would like to do some sort of a different operation, you can write those operations over here in a easiest possible way. So here what I'm trying to show you that you can try to provide any number of argument by using a static of args, and you can even try to provide a positional argument. So both is possible together. Yeah. So together you will be able to provide both of these things. And yeah, but it is going to work, by the way. Yeah, it is going to work, by the way. So now let's move ahead, and let me talk about a double static this time. So static is something that we have already discussed. Let's talk about a double static. So I believe we have already discussed about a dictionary where I talked about a key value pair. So this double static is going to work in the similar manner, by the way. Yeah. So this double static is going to take any kind of input in a key value kind of a pair. And then you have to just like take out the data from those like keyword argument, and then you have to process the data, as simple as that. So let me create a function. So here I'm going to create a profile function. So profile profile function I'm going to create, and double static, and I can write kwargs. It's mean keyword argument, but this is not the mandatory. Kwargs is not a keyword, so I can write my name as well instead of writing a kwargs, and that is going to work pretty much fine. Now, so this is going to take a key value, any number of key value pair, right? Any number of key value pair. And let's suppose whatever key value pair it is going to take, I would like to just return it as of now, right? I would like to return it as of now. So here, profile function, if I'm going to call, and if I'm going to pass maybe just a number, so it is not going to like accept it. Profile takes 0 positional argument, but 1 was given. So 0 positional argument it was expecting, and you have basically given 1. Now, so what it is going to consider? So it is going to consider key and a value. So how I can try to give a key? So here maybe a is equals to 1. If I'm going to give in this way, right? if I'm going to give in this way, it is going to accept it, as you can see, right? So key and a value, key and a value. So it is going to accept it in this way, key value pair. So now I can try to give in this manner. Now I know that how to pass the value. So here I can try to give a name. So name is equals to basically Sudhanshu, and then email ID, EMAIL, email underscore ID. So email underscore ID is Sudhanshu at the rate Euron.1, and then I can try to give maybe a phone number over here, PHONE underscore NUMBER, phone number over here, this number. Simple, right? So as you can see, I'm trying to pass key value, key value, key value, key value pair, and it is able to hold in a form of dictionary. Yeah, it is able to hold in a form of dictionary. So whenever you have to process those data, whenever you have to extract those data, those information, so technically you have to process a dictionary inside a function. This is what I'm trying to show you, that this one is trying to consider a data. This is trying to take a data inside your function as a dictionary. So at any point of a time when you are trying to process it, please consider it as a dictionary. Then only you will be able to process it. As simple as that. Yeah. So in this order, it is going to take the data. Now let's suppose inside a function, so I have to process all of these maybe like items one by one. Yeah, so I can write maybe like a for loop for I in kwargs dot items, maybe, right? So it is going to extract all those items and then print all of those items one by one. Yeah, so as you can see, it is going to print all those items one by one, one by one. I'm writing return as well. I'm keeping it. So that's the reason. So you are able to get this entire data, right? But as you can see, I'm able to process keyword argument one by one, one by one, one by one, right? If I just have to extract a keys, I can even extract a keys out of this one, KEYS keys, right? So as you can see, I'm just able to extract all the keys. I will be able to extract all the respective values, anything and everything I want, I can do it. So wherever I have to allow a user to pass a data as a key value, key value, key value pair at that point, and that to n number of data, right? Not just one single data, but n number of a data. So at that point of a time, what we can do is we can try to use basically a kwargs, or not kwargs as a basically keyword, but yeah, double static. So double static is basically a nomenclature which is going to help you out to hold a key value pair, as simple as that. So it's all like a game of double static that we are talking about. Okay, so now moving ahead, right? So let's suppose I'm going to call the same function over here, and I would like to pass even a positional argument, right? I would like to pass a positional argument. So maybe COMPANY, company is the argument that I would like to pass anytime whenever someone is going to call the function. So obviously you have to pass a company name, by the way. Positional profile missing one, required positional argument company. So it's missing this company value, right? So you have to basically pass Euron at any cost. And then maybe you can try to pass the other values. You can try to leave the other values. That's completely fine. That's completely up to you. But yeah, you have to pass basically a company name in this particular place. Yeah. Now I can try to even create a mix function. So mix function means a combination of basically a static and double static. So args and comma double args. Now, like I said, guys, so this args and args is not a inbuilt reserved keyword. You can use my name, your name, or whatever you want. So this main part is static and double static. That's it. Yeah. Now, so here I can try to basically return what? args and args. Fine. Now just try to call the mix, and here, so I can try to call the mix without passing anything, and as you can see that it is going to return me a blank tuple and a blank dictionary, right? A blank tuple and a blank dictionary. Now here I can try to pass this, call this mix, and then I can try to pass some sort of data over here. So as you can see, it is trying to fill up the data inside the tuples. It is able to understand that these data are basically for a argument, a single static. Now inside the same thing, I can try to pass maybe other data set as well, SUDH as a key value pair, right? So as a key value pair, I can try to mention, and as you can see that yes, it is able to consider it as inside a dictionary. So I can try to create a function which can try to consider a mixture of both or either of this. It's completely fine, right? It's completely fine. So going forward, I'm going to use such kind of a function. So when I'm going to teach you maybe a closer, or maybe I'm going to teach you a decorator over there. Now, so as I said that instead of using this args or kw args, I can use my own name sudh over here, and then I can try to use basically a Euron, and it is going to work perfectly fine for me. There is no doubt and there is no issue. It is going to give it to me Euron. So yeah, it is going to work for me. Let's suppose I'm going to call this one this time again. So mix function, and it is working, right? So this args and kw args is not a reserved one. It's not a keyword. It's not mandatory that you should always use it. The major part is basically only static and double static. That's it. Yeah. So remember that part, guys, by the way. Okay. So mix function is something that we are able to like understand. Now let's do one thing. So here we are going to create one function. So maybe like a def great function we are going to create, where I'm going to tell you that you are great basically. So here I'm going to print, so print print, and here I'm going to say that inside the formatted string that you are great, and then here so pass a name, right? This particular name, whatever name that you are going to pass over here. Okay, now here so I can try to call like a great, and I can try to pass a name over here sudh, and it is able to take it. So not a big deal. I'm just trying to pass a data, and I'm just trying to print it inside the print function. That's it, right? Now I'll just try to like alter this function a little bit. So what I can do is name and then comma, and then I'll try to put a slash over here, right? Slash over here, execute. Now try to call a great, and I'm going to pass a value of name. Now great. Okay. Great one, let me segregate it. Okay, so here what we can do is like I can try to call this function in this way, as you can see, and let me give a call to this function even in this way. Great, and then I can try to pass name is equals to sudh. Name is equal to sudh. Fine. Okay, let me execute it. Let me override it. Okay, so name is equal to sudh, and it is working, right? So I can try to pass a data even in this way. I can try to pass a data even in this way by using a positional argument or as a keyword argument. So this is a way of passing a data as a keyword argument, as we all know, and this is a way to pass a data as a positional argument. So in both the manner, I will be able to pass the data. But let's suppose I have used one of the variable as a slash over here, right? Now execute and execute, working, right? Now let's try to call the same thing, and then here, so try to pass a data as a keyword argument. Now you will be able to see that great one got some positional only argument passed as a keyword argument name. So this meaning of this slash over here is that I'm restricting, right? I'm restricting anyone to pass any kind of a data as a keyword argument, which will be by default allowed, but here, so I'm not trying to allow you. That is the meaning of a slash over here. So hope all of you are able to understand. It's a little bit confusing in the beginning, but as you will run the code, you will be able to understand immediately that if someone has given a slash, right? Someone has given a slash in between like a variable declaration. Let's suppose I have a 5, 10, 20, whatever number of variable that I have. If someone has given a slash in between, so it simply means that you will not be able to pass any values as a keyword argument. You will be able to pass it as a positional argument. So means this will work, but this will not work. So I'm just trying to put up the restriction over here. Okay, that's great. Now, so let's try to take the same function, right? Let's try to take the same function and now give a static over here. Yeah. Now just try to do one thing. So just try to give a static in this particular place. Fine. So static, and let's execute. Oh, name and then age. Fine. So two argument and then name, age, phone number. Yeah. And I'll try to print everything over here. So age, phone number. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to call this great one, by the way. Yes. And again, I'm going to pass a name, SUDH. Then I'm going to pass age, let's suppose. And then I'm going to pass basically a phone number. Yes. Now, here you will be able to see that I have put up a static in between. Yeah, a single static I have put up without any kind of a args or name in this particular place. A single static I have put up. Now, what is the meaning of the single static? I can try to put up the static anywhere, by the way. Yeah, anywhere. So now, what is the meaning of the static? So meaning says that whenever you are trying to pass data, you are trying to pass an argument. So please try to pass a keyword argument. Yeah. So please try to pass what? Please try to pass a keyword argument, not directly. So here it is telling that grade takes one positional argument, but three were given. So it was trying to consider static. That's the reason it was telling me one. But technically, yeah. So now we are able to get name, age, and phone number. So this static simply means that I'm restricting you to pass any data to pass as a positional argument. Yes, I'm just trying to put up the restriction. So slash is just an opposite of it. Yes, slash is just an opposite of it. So where I'm trying to restrict you to pass any data as a keyword argument. Now by this, by static, I'm trying to restrict you to pass in data as a positional argument. So whenever you are trying to pass a data, always try to pass in a key value, key value, key value pair. As simple as that. This is just a restriction which I'm trying to teach you, which I'm trying to put up in between. So fine guys, hope all of you are able to understand a lot with respect to all of these things. Catch you see you next see you in the next lecture, so where I'm going to talk about more and more in terms of functions and its associate things. So with that, thank you so much everyone, take care, and see you again in my next lecture.